It's been 6 years of podcasting, and without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring these podcasts to you. So I want to thank today's sponsors. And first off, we have the Pretentious Pickle Company of 190 Water Street in Plymouth. If you haven't had a chance to get down there, go down and check out what they make. They have everything pickled you can imagine, from pickled beets to carrots to mushrooms to onions to Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. They even have pickled or pickled flavor cotton candy, I should say. They make it fresh there every day, and you can go in there and check out what they have to offer. And if you're not in the Plymouth area, you can go to pretentiouspickle.com and check out what they have to offer there as well, and they will ship it out to you. Their stuff is delicious. You should check it out, and they are big fans of ours, and we are big fans of theirs. So thank you to the Pretentious Pickle Company for sponsoring today's episode. And our second sponsor today is Moonrise Cinemas. Moonrise Cinemas is a new drive-in in Plymouth, right on the Plymouth-Kingston line. They are located at 428 Court Street in Plymouth, Mass. And they offer a great selection of movies. You can go. It's very family-friendly. I went and checked out the Goonies there. They've had Marvel movies, a wide variety of stuff. And they're really starting to expand. They have had the Rocky Horror Picture Show this coming year. They're doing music on Thursday nights. On Wednesdays are going to be 420 friendly events. So make sure you check out what they have to offer, moonrisecinemas.com. It's a great venue. They have a beer garden. They have their own food. Their food's phenomenal. And they're bringing back their French toast, which I'm very excited about. So make sure you check out what they have to offer, moonrisecinemas.com. And if you use code Inebri-art when purchasing tickets, you'll get 10% off. So make sure you go to moonrisecinemas.com to get your tickets for movies, concerts, and more. And use code Inebri-art for 10% off on your purchase. And now let's jump right into the podcast.
Across the line, the Gulf Stream, I've been in Tampa Bay, around the Horn, and home again, 'cause that is the sailor's way.
Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. I am Andy, your host, and I am joined by Hanna, our co-host.
What's up?
What's up? And former Blockbuster employee. Fish is our producer.
You worked for Blockbuster?
No, but it was kind of like my Redbox
you
tie-in.
kind of looked it. You could have.
I actually worked at a video rental store.
I don't know what that means.
Me either.
I don't know. I used to work at one. Not a Blockbuster, but a video rental store.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was my Redbox tie-in that people aren't going to understand.
No, they're not.
That's fine.
That's okay.
I'm going to have to crop so much of this out.
Why?
No, don't.
That's fine.
Oh.
It's Old Colony Cast lore that... You know, when we do our live appearances, people can be like, what was the Redbox joke? And we'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'll completely forget.
Yeah.
What? Redbox joke?
Redbox joke? I don't remember.
What are you talking about? All right. What are we talking about?
I don't know, Hannah. I literally have absolutely no
Hannah,
idea. I know it's on the list.
Yeah.
I know it's
Hannah,
on our...
you are clutching the notebook to your
Yeah.
chest so we can't see it.
So a little, behind the curtain, we have a Google Doc that we share where we put a bunch of ideas.
Which
so
you can contribute to.
I was just going to say, you can email oldcolonycast@gmail.com and throw out some ideas. And all I know is Hannah said this one is on the list.
Yep, which brings it down to 105 pages worth of ideas. And yeah,
Is it the Salem Witch Trials?
No. I'd probably do that.
Fluff? Did I put Fluff on the
Oh,
list?
Fluff is such a good
No,
one.
I'll put Fluff on the list.
Put Fluff on the list.
Okay.
That would be cute.
Welcome to page 6.
It's none of those. And ask me about the size. How would you go about asking about what size?
Well, I used to ask, is it bigger than a bread box? But no one has bread boxes anymore, so now we decided, is it bigger than a red box?
It's bigger than a red box.
Nice. And now we have that joke permanently in Old Colony Cast. It's canon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, continuing on my time off from work and things I like to do.
Because it was recently your birthday.
Yes.
Which by now was like a month ago.
Well past. Never mind.
Yeah, as of recording.
It is now like early June.
Yeah.
things for people to do outside.
Oh, so
Another
this is things. Is it the Freedom Trail? Is Freedom Trail on the
No,
list?
but Freedom Trail is on the list.
Okay.
I thought about that. I bounced around the idea of doing murder, of doing a person, and I was like,
Murder is not something you do on your time off, Hannah.
No, I meant like for the episode.
Is this a confession?
Ooh, is it Freetown State Forest?
No.
Okay, so we're not on page 1. I'm not going to keep going down looking for things that are
It is,
outside.
Is it fluff? It's on the list.
It is, but that's smaller than a.
Oh, it is
red
smaller than
box.
Red Box. You're right.
Yeah,
Not if you have enough of it.
that's true.
Or if you talk about the factory where it's made.
Yeah. So, no.
No.
No. It's just one of the things I like to do on like a day trip in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So from our end, you're going a little west.
Okay.
We're going west,
I
everyone.
mean, we're
Westward
along the
Ho.
ocean, so everything's a little west except for Cape Cod.
Is this about the Oregon Trail?
It's about Mount Tom Reservation.
Okay, I didn't even know this was on the list. I don't remember this being on the list.
I know neither who Tom is or where his mount is or
Yeah.
the reservation. It's on like page.
How many was the reservation for? Like
4.
4 or 6 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mount Tom, reservation for 4.
Well, Mount Tom, I believe, was named after
Tom?
a surveyor in the 1800s, and
Okay.
there was another surveyor on the other side of that like mountain little range,
Yeah.
and his last name was Holyoke, and that's the town of Holyoke was named.
No kidding.
Yes.
Okay.
So just a little bit of
Additional.
sprinkle of information that I remembered and didn't write down, so you weren't here in the story because it's
It's just extra.
it was just extra.
We call those Easter eggs.
Yes. Mount Tom Reservation, 2,000 acres in the western area of Massachusetts in the Connecticut River Valley, Pioneer Valley. Have
Yep.
you heard of that?
No.
So that's like,
I think there's a regional high school there.
yeah.
That's all I know.
Yep.
Okay.
And
They had a robotics team. That's.
did they kick butt?
I remember they had a team. I don't remember the team being very good, but it's been 2 decades. So yeah.
Remember robotics?
No.
Remember that show with the robots people would build?
BattleBots?
Yes.
I remember that.
That's
It's
like
still
pretty much
it's sti- they
robotics.
still make that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
We saw the quote
the stadium in Vegas.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, not like inside, but we drove past it on the way to the airport.
Yeah.
Well, this literally has nothing to do with that, so let's keep going. I know I asked about it. That was my bad. So between Holyoke, Northampton, is that the right directional?
What?
It's got to
Sure.
be. Amherst,
Yeah.
that area, and north of Springfield, just to give people like a
Idea of where it's
if you
located.
haven't heard of any of the towns,
Yeah.
it's like
Which,
More
if you're
near
not in the area, you probably wouldn't.
you
have.
might not. Yeah.
Yeah,
So but
like
if you,
Holyoke, maybe.
you're right.
Like Northampton, East Hampton. If like never.
Yeah. So it's in that area. But yeah, Springfield just for navigational purposes.
Okay.
North of there, a little north of there. The Mount Tom Range is part of the Metacomet Ridge. Mount Tom itself is the highest in the range. It's 1,202 feet in elevation.
Is it the highest peak in Massachusetts?
No,
Okay.
I want to say that's Mount Monadnock.
It's
Okay.
definitely not Mount Monadnock.
No,
because
is it?
Mount Monadnock's in New Hampshire.
I was just going to say, unless that's in New Hampshire.
It is. I've been to the top of that one.
Okay. Never
Don't-
mind, folks.
Okay.
I have no idea which one
All
it
right,
is.
fine. Hold on. Working on it.
That's why we have research.
So, and then the smallest mountain in the range is 827 feet. It's Mount Nonotuck. And there's like 2 or 3 little ranges in between.
Yeah.
And you can hike from one side to the other. What is it?
The highest point in Massachusetts
Greylock.
is Mount Grey. Yeah.
I saw it.
Thanks, Hannah.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I wanted to make it sound like I just remembered it.
Thanks. I feel
She
like
just remembered it by looking over
Yeah.
Fish's shoulder at the computer screen.
And
it's cool.
putting
it's
the
fine.
sounds together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not hurt.
Sorry. Thank you for looking that up.
Crying on the inside.
I'm sure whoever like climbs mountains more than me is like it's was screaming the
Oh,
name
I'm
of
sure
it.
someone is, yeah, in their
Sorry.
car swearing at you.
They're like,
yeah.
Monadnock, that idiot. It's in New Hampshire. And then they're like, thank God Fish is there to fix it. Okay.
Mount Nonotuck?
Mount Nonotuck. And that's way not as high. That's like a couple hundred feet
Okay.
under it, under Mount Tom. And the area is rich with just different geological markers and kind of what I would call like Earth history. So that is right up the street from the
From the footprints?
from the footprints.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We talked about that.
Yes, we
we did,
have.
Yeah. Okay.
And just
I
different.
love how you're like, yes, we have, Andy. Good job.
nice connection.
Way to remember previous episodes.
Yeah, the mountain is mostly made of basalt, and the ridge of Mount Tom was formed almost 200 million years ago, early Jurassic area phase time.
Mountains found a way.
Yeah, and the rock that type of rock is really cool, and it breaks into like almost little rectangular.
The basalt. Yeah.
Basalt, yeah.
cubes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I love walking on it because it's constantly just like
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
and well, not crunching, but like you're like constantly kicking it, and it's like just making this wonderful like rock against rock noise. But it's such a it sounds light. It's
Okay.
the best way I can
Okay.
explain
It has
it.
a distinct sound.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you can go watch Hannah's ASMR videos where she kicks dirt.
Hannah goes to
YouTube
kick.
link is no.
Hannah goes
kicker.
to Hannah goes to kick rocks.
Yeah. No, but I do appreciate like the jaggedness of it. It's a very interesting. I don't know, just an interesting environmental ecological area. It has what they call like mini. I forget what the name of it was, but that almost described as like a biodome effect. Like it has like its mini environments in different areas of it.
You're not talking about like microclimates, are you?
Yeah.
Micro what?
Climates.
Yeah,
Okay.
microclimates. Yeah, it
Yeah.
has a few of them.
I just was thinking of Polyshore.
Yeah,
I spend a lot of my time trying not to think of Pauly Shore, so
I love Polyshore.
Biodome.
Biodome.
Biodome's a fun movie.
My favorite is Encino Man.
Encino Man's good. Son-in-law's not bad.
Yeah, Son-in-Law is not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
oh sure, when I go off on a tangent, it's a problem.
but no, they do. It has what was the name of that again? Because my brain cannot
Microclimate?
remember. Microclimate. Yeah, it has a couple of them just because of like the
Thanks, Andy.
because of the way it is.
Yeah.
Like it's a really interesting, unique part of that area because the rest of it is really like kind of flat.
Yeah.
And it's a valley, and the soil below that area and around it in the Connecticut River area is really rich, which way back in the day, the 10,000 years prior to like settlement from
Way back in the day.
or should I say colonization of the area, the Native Americans there were able to have a really like good time farming because the
Yeah.
soil was really great there. One of the few areas in New England, Massachusetts that could successfully grow tobacco,
Oh.
like
okay. Yeah.
grow it for it to be like bountiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Financially worthwhile.
Right. And yeah, it's just like a really neat area from the ridge. You can see a lot of the town. Really neat views. Of course, back in the day, there wasn't really a big town there to see.
No.
But now that's what you see. It's still really neat. I really like hiking there.
Is it the town Holyoke? Is that
Yeah, and then
Okay.
like from one side you can see one town, from one side you can see another town.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Holyoke on one side and then East Hampton on the other.
Pretty much,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
And then the whole thing, I mean, you can hike like the whole thing because I start over by Nonotuk and hike up to Mount Tom and back.
okay?
And it's like long. It's a lot of hiking. It's like 10 miles.
It's like 6 or 7 blocks.
No, it's a lot. But like because the elevation is so gradual in most spots until you actually hit like the ridges of rock,
Yeah.
it's not too crazy of a hike. It's usually, pretty relaxing.
It's not like Burial Hill.
Yeah, it's not too crazy of a 10-mile walk.
Yeah. I was pretty tired the next day. Like, hadn't done it in a while. So obviously things got a little bad for the natives around the time the Metacomet's War was happening.
Sure.
After that happened, the land was occupied and seized by colonists.
Yeah.
And they were super pumped about the soil
Of course.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? So that I think that was part of like the draw to that area too.
Were they the ones growing tobacco on it?
No, the Native
The
Americans.
indigenous people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the 1800s, tourism's picked up, especially with transcendentalism in the area, and probably the spiritualist movement.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna say, are we
it's-
like echoing back to like?
Oh yeah, because
I just
it's
think-
all kind of different piles of the same
Yeah.
pseudo-scientific
But a lot of was like get out in the nature.
garbage.
Well, I mean, transcendentalism was just going out and appreciating it,
Yeah.
being naturalist and writing about it if you
Getting
wanted
out in the
to.
woods.
Yeah, my kind of people.
Yeah.
And then someone like writes in their transcendentalists were like the most problematic people. I'm like, they're my kind of people. I find out something like really terrible.
I feel like people back then in general
Yeah.
were problematic for multiple reasons.
Yeah, for sure. So 1860. So that was it. There's the transcendentalist thing brings a lot of people to the area. On top of just like we talked about the spiritualist movement in the last episode, 1800s just gave way for people and availability to like take trips. Not
They had
everyone.
more free time.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
everyone was able to do this. It obviously depended on like your wealth and like what where you kind of stood status and
Yeah.
in the whole I don't know labor movement essentially.
Well, when you had a farm every day and
Yeah.
like fight to be able to eat.
You weren't worried
didn't have a
about
lot of
going on
hobbies.
vacation. Yeah. But no, it gave way that era in like U.S. history gave way for different things. So like transcendentalism kind of leaned into like national parks and preservation
Beaches and playing Warhammer. And
yeah.
Beanie Baby collecting. That stuff.
Yeah, transcendentalists big into Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just like one example, but I think just appreciation for like the environment around you was kind of kicking up. So 1860 William Street opened up the first mountainside hotel on the range, the Erie House Hotel,
Is it haunted?
probably.
I feel like it has to be haunted.
And that was on Mount Nonotuck, and I've been to it.
Okay.
Kind of. And not too long after it opened, they made a rail line and a ferry dock because it faces the riverside
Oh, cool.
of that
Yeah.
area. And so made it a little bit more accessible. It did burn down in 1901 when William Street tried to cremate 2 horses, and it went horribly wrong. He did it in the woods offside and couldn't control the fire, so it burned down the entire hotel. Left it just in the
At least he wasn't doing a gender reveal.
yeah, left it just in the cement stone. What's the word?
Foundation?
Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
1897, another hotel on the summit of Mount Tom was built, and 3 years after that being built, it also burned down. It was rebuilt, but burned down again in 1929.
And then they built another one, and this one burned down, fell over, and sank into the
mountain.
swamp.
But the 5th one, that one stayed up.
I was like, this is unbelievable.
I thought the island in the last one was cursed.
Yeah. So when you said that, I was like, can't wait till we talk about this. This is going to be crazy. So they did not rebuild it. It would become the first area for like the reservation, that
Okay.
side of Mount Tom. And that hotel in Nonotuck you can still go to today. I've been to like the ruins of the foundation. And it's really just old stone. And the hotel took up way bigger of an area that this area takes up now.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
So they were very ambitious the first time, burned the whole thing down. Said, you know what? Let's scale back. Let's kind of go with something a little less flammable, and maybe something a little less just. less.
Wait. Is it
No.
rebuilt or is it just you can?
No,
visit
they
the
never.
ruins?
No.
Is there anything there? I
Yeah,
assume there'd be
yeah.
like a.
No, he said-
there's something.
It's just
Yeah, so the
foundation.
foundation.
No, I mean, like, did they build anything else?
No.
Oh, okay. I assume they built something else there.
No, just the foundation. It's literally
There
still
was
there.
a guy Tuck that wanted to, and they're like, no, Tuck.
Good one.
Thanks.
So yeah, no, it wasn't rebuilt on the whole lake. The Lake Erie. It was not the Lake Erie. Nothing to
mountain's
do.
huge.
Yes, not that. The Erie House Hotel was never rebuilt. It was the Mount Tom Hotel that also
kept
burned down.
Yeah.
Okay.
They both burned down.
God, they call it the Erie House.
Yeah.
That's
It's like, hey, let's build a haunted hotel. What should we call it?
like that's just begging for it.
1897, Holyoke Street Railway Company built the Mountainside Park, and it was closed in 1988. So it actually
Oh,
was
wow.
open for a while. It became like a. It
That's
was
not long at all.
It was
Fish.
a railway park,
I was also born Andy.
Okay, all right. Good.
and I wrote in my notes. It also burned down. JK. It closed.
I like
Because
how you had to put the JK
Yeah.
in there.
'cause at this point I would have believed it myself, even
Yeah.
knowing the truth. The competition was like built close by
Yeah.
in the next town, so they ended up just closing. It was a railway like park at first, and then became a little bit of an amusement park. So
Oh, okay.
right, like on the side of the mountain,
Yeah.
or the side of the ridge rather. Because if you're heading in like up to anything pretty much besides Mount Tom, it
Yeah.
doesn't really feel like a lot of mountain. If that makes sense.
Okay.
They're all mountains, but they
Yeah.
don't. Not all of them are that big.
Okay.
Little blue hills-ish.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, just to give people more visibility of what it might look like if you haven't been there. 1900, there was a quarry opened. I've also been to this quarry, and it closed in 2000.
Okay.
So a lot more longevity with some of these.
Yeah,
longevity
yeah.
with some of these other things.
Well, it's hard to burn down a quarry.
Yes, true. There was also a ski area there. And I think in the later 1900s that was open for 45 years.
And that melted.
Yeah. Every year, actually.
Every year.
Yeah. 1933, the Civilian Conservation Corps. You guys know about them?
Nope.
You should probably do something to do with them because it's a really cool initiative that was started. My grandfather was in it.
Oh, okay.
You literally just kind of picked up. It's like your national park workers of today. They are the ones that like laid the foundations for the national parks and conservation and reservations in the
Oh,
country
cool.
today. Yep, very cool. So they got the first part of the reservation started with a little bit more infrastructure-y things in 1933, in case I didn't say that. So I didn't see specifically if anyone was hurt. I don't think anyone was hurt in the fires. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
The Lake Erie one, I believe, said no one was. There's not a ton of detail on it, but this is more in the tragic, like more recent history. On July 9th, of course I didn't put a frickin' year. It was 1946.
6.
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the Wikipedia page for Mount Tom.
Are you looking at the thing I'm about to talk about?
I assume you are because you said July 9th.
Okay.
1940.
The B-17?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm like, but that page has a lot of stuff on it. I don't know what
I
you're
know.
looking
You said
at.
July 9th, 1940. I'm going to guess I got most of the way there.
Okay, yeah. July 9th, 1946. B-17 Flying Fortress that was converted to a passenger carrier crashed into the mountainside,
Oof.
killing the 25 people that were returning from the service.
Ugh.
Yeah, they had like served and they were coming home.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. And they were, I guess, coming from Greenland. It doesn't really say that that's necessarily where they served, but so the people at the park that like were at the amusement park heard it
Ooh, yeah.
and
Well,
went,
that's never fun.
and ran. Some of them ran to like go see what happened, and they found the rubble. Like the plane had pretty much disintegrated,
Yeah.
like completely broken apart. They found no survivors. Everyone had died, like essentially on impact.
Right, yeah.
And there's a monument at the site of the crash location, which I've also been to. And that was established in 1944.
Wait.
1994.
Okay. I'm like, that math does not work.
2 years
Time travelers went
before.
back.
The memorial was unfortunately a giant bullseye.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah.
In 94?
94, yeah.
Go back and listen to the last episode, listeners.
Yeah. So that's also the year The Lion King came out.
Well, it's all coming together now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all based around the Lion King.
That is located at the crash site. There's like a big stone engraved with like a little bit of a area you could sit on some of like, it's like a circular area with a big monument stone in the middle.
Yeah.
Not in the middle, but you walk towards it in the circular area. But to get up there, you go up a little path. And I believe there's a white birch planted for every person that died on the plane
Oh, okay.
that you walk.
What did you say it's 26? 26 people?
25.
25. That was
Yep.
close.
And then that's okay. So yeah, it's really big area.
Yeah.
Lots to see there. That memorial is a little bit off the beaten path. It's technically on a private driveway
Okay.
or access road, I believe.
Yeah.
And then the other things there, the Lake Erie House. I really want to say Lake
The
Erie.
Erie House.
The Erie House is available for you to go see. You can hike Mount Tom. I will say there's just cell towers up there too. So there's like certain. It's utilized by people still.
Yeah.
Because
That's-
it is a very high point in the area. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's where you put your transmitter towers
Right.
and radio.
Are they the ones that
broadcasters
they
and-
make to look like trees?
No,
Or they just-
I
they look like
wish.
cell towers?
Yeah, it looks crazy. But it's still a really cool area. You can find a lot of different like historical artifacts there, not just from like recent history, the things I just told
Yeah.
you about, but like people find arrowheads there. Still, people find like fossils there from kind of what we talked about, like the ones up the street.
Yeah.
In the lower side trails, it's really accessible.
Yeah.
So there is a trail that's dedicated for people if you just need a wheelchair or you're
Oh, really?
a little
Like,
bit more slope.
oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So it's more accessible in the lower trails, and then there's bathrooms depending on where you like go. You can drive through the whole range from one side to the other. Mm-hmm. It does not take long. Really cool place if you like birding. You
Yep.
can see a lot of birds of prey from there, and good place for a picnic. Nice place to go fishing, and really close to Northampton, which is a really cute place.
Huh.
And yeah, lots to see there.
Sounds very cool.
I know, it is
Sounds
very
like you
cool.
had a good birthday week.
This is the third year in a row I've gone to this place for my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, I did have an okay birthday week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And it's 2 hours away from here.
It's not too bad.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice day trip.
Yeah.
And like lots of other things to see there too. So, if you're ever interested in going, lots of different neat things to look at.
Sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks, Hannah, for crossing something off on the list.
No problem.
And this is the part where we stop talking. And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. So thanks again for listening.